The Hasselblad X-Pan, let's talk about it. This camera here was the first film camera on my channel 5 years ago, and ever since I shot a significant amount of videos that featured this camera. The reason I liked it so much was the fact that it's very different and unlike any other camera out there. Its aspect ratio is truly special and I had a lot of fun shooting it. In fact, it was the reason I published my first ever zine, which was this one here, followed by a second one with tons of my favorite shots that I took over the years shooting the X-Pan. I also made a zine with photos that I took on my Leica M6, and it's this one here, 28, that I shot in Cairo in Egypt. And I just released a brand new one and shipping will start very soon. In fact, it will start in 3 or 4 days from today. And I don't know when this video will be published, but trust me, when this video comes out, it's only a few days until the new zine will ship. It turned out very beautifully, and if you are interested, the link will be in the video description. So back to the Hasselblad X-Pan. One thing became very apparent, that I would never sell this camera because I liked it so much. For me, as someone who films videos for YouTube, I want to change it up and I want to use different cameras, and that can be a challenge, especially when traveling is involved, and I did a lot of traveling over the last couple of years. Traveling is much more fun when you don't need to lurk around a heavy bag full of camera gear. So whenever I went on a trip, I had to decide what camera I want to bring, and a lot of the times I much rather grab my Leica M6 over the X-Pan, and there are reasons for it. First of all, the Leica weighs less and is a little bit more compact, which helps, but the main reason was that on the Leica at one point I switched to a 28mm lens, and as you might know, it is my favorite focal length since many years now. When shooting the X-Pan, it always felt a little awkward because the lens is a 45mm. Yes, on both sides it is wider, but in terms of height, it is much narrower than a 28, and that threw me off again and again. The M6 I used for pretty much almost anything, but the X-Pan I only took out to film videos for YouTube when traveling, and most of the time I didn't bring it at all. Then, I think it was in 2019 in Istanbul, I had the chance to try out the 30mm f5.6 and it felt so good, almost like my preferred 28mm, but wider to the left and the right. That experience made me think and I wanted that lens, but it is hard to find and it's incredibly expensive. However, I made up my mind and I was already looking for a 30mm, and then my X-Pan had a problem. The small hook that is on the take-up spool was worn off or broke off, I don't know, but it was impossible to load any film into the camera. Well, luckily I found someone with many years of experience repairing Hasselblad cameras, including many X-Pans, and after inspecting my camera, he told me that he was able to repair it because he has the spare parts. He fixed the camera and gave it a good service, and it's working again like a charm. I wasn't expecting anything less because he officially is doing the repairs for Hasselblad. But since he is crazy busy, it took almost 1 year. That was very frustrating, and in the meantime I realized that buying the 30mm wouldn't be the smartest idea. See, the issue is that you can only use the lens on the X-Pan to get the full experience, unlike other lenses like my 28mm Summicron that I can use on several different film cameras, digital M bodies, or I could adapt it to pretty much any mirrorless camera, and that makes it less risky. After getting the X-Pan back, it dawned on me that it is probably only a matter of time until something else breaks, and then I might not be able to get it fixed. Even if you babysit it, it is an electronic camera, and if the electronics break or even the shutter stops working, that's the end of the camera and it becomes a brick, a very expensive one indeed. Since I bought this camera, it got stupidly expensive, and even when I got mine, it was already kind of pricey. If I take the current market price into consideration, and on top of that having a camera that just came back from service and is in perfect working condition, to be honest, it would be the perfect moment to sell it. and at least it would be the sensible thing to do. In the last few weeks, I was thinking about what to do a lot, and I came to the conclusion that I should sell the camera. I had a great time using it, but nothing will last forever, and I think it is time to let it go. Let maybe somebody else get the experience that I had with this great camera that can do things that pretty much no other camera can do. So this is what's going on with my X-Pan. I think I owe you this explanation because I haven't featured this camera in a long time on the channel, and for good reasons. And now if you are interested to picking up this very camera here, just send me a message through my website. The link is in the video description. And other than that, also don't forget to pre-order my new zine if you're interested. And yeah guys, that's about it for today's video. If you are not subscribed yet, please do so. Leave a like below this video, and we will see each other very soon in the next one. Until then, auf Wiedersehen.